guys. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the videos. We're back in the Rx8 today. Surprise, surprise. But if you guys saw the last video, you guys will remember that I said in the beginning of the next video, we'll start the video off by fixing the air pump. Well, something went wrong with that because in order for me to take off the air pump, I was getting ready to set up, I was getting ready to start recording and everything, and I just want to make sure all the tools fit. And in order for me to remove the air pump, I actually need to take off like the chassis bracing bar or the chassis bar thing that's on the engine bay. When I went to go try to loosen up some of the bolts, well, yeah, whoever put that thing back on previously put it on way too tight because I could not get that thing off. Obviously I tried a little bit harder, and yeah, that tool just snapped. So we're gonna head over to a friend's shop. Thankfully, one of the many perks of, you know, knowing so many people who works in shops and own shops, I could just head over there, hit them up, and you know, they're free. And let's see if we could borrow like an impact gun or something to try to take this thing off. So that's what we're doing today. But I'm keeping my promise. We're gonna fix the air pump. It's just like gonna go a little bit differently than I originally. Whoa, that's so much snow. It's just gonna go a little bit differently than I originally planned. Alright guys, just made it to RPM NYC. If you guys are OG of this channel, you guys will remember that I used to come here for literally everything, but I just started to go in the Crown more recently because, you know, they're a lot closer to my house and I know the guys there as well. But around the shop though, let me show you guys around. They're an OG, like, you know, JDM shop here in Queens, and look at all those GTRs, and they got like a lot more cooler cars outside, which I will get to, but I just want to show you guys what I was talking about with the bolts. So essentially, in order to remove this air pump, I need to remove this brace bar, right? And whoever put these in before, you see it's like starting to rust over here, but whoever put these bolts in before put it in way too freaking tight, because I tried to take it off and literally the tool snapped. So, but thankfully the bolt's fine. So we're here, and my buddy Tommy and Kin works here, and they're gonna see if they can help me get that thing off, and you know, we'll put the new pump in. Alright, leaving the shop right now, but I know I said I was gonna show you guys around some of the other cars that they have. So like, check out the Supra that they have. Like, it's just casually street parked, man. Like, it's always so cool to come around here. They got another Supra right there, and then they got I forget what the name of that car was, some sort of Lexus. They got GTR R35. What is this? Is this a Honda Fit? No, it's not a Honda Fit. It's like a Civic Si. Just got a lot of cool stuff. They got a Mitsubishi out right here. Love the shop. I love coming here. It's always such a good vibe because everyone there is like an OG of the New York like JDM scene. Like, they've been building Hondas before it was like trendy. So like, you know, I really respect these guys. They know a lot about what they know a lot, and you know, they know what they're talking about. Love coming here. They just don't work on rotaries, you know? So yeah, anyways, now that the air pump is in the car, I don't think I'll be able to hear it right now because the car's still kind of warm and the air pump really only kicks in when it's cold. But we're gonna start the car and we're gonna go put some miles on it because we need to get the system emissions ready. Man, I think they're about to start that GTR. See that shit. It's not that loud, but it's nice. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna go put some miles on the Rx8 so this way I can make this car road legal again, because I do need to pass emissions and I am low-key like 2 months past due. So let's go do that. I got my GoPro here. I really want to go hit up some back roads, so we're gonna see if we can have some fun today. Alright, made it onto the back roads. Now obviously we're not really gonna be trying to push it today. Just trying to put some miles on the car so I could reset the readiness monitors for our emissions testing. Given that, with that said though, I don't think I'm actually gonna be able to go get that test done today because it's already kind of late. And I'm pretty sure by the time I make it back to the city, most of the emissions shops are gonna be closed. I mean, if you guys can't tell based on how dark it is outside, it is already pretty late in the day. Yeah, it just sucks that this is part of winter. So I know that this footage is probably gonna be pretty crappy, like lighting wise. Hopefully it's bearable though. But if the footage is not that great, ooh, I got like a toolbox in the back of the car. I just remembered that. So we're gonna hear that thing jangle all around the place. Maybe I should have put that away. Food for thought. car's handling amazing. It's beautiful. It's been a minute since I did like a night drive like this. It's not the same without Jason. If you guys could even see anything with with how dark it is. GoPros aren't really exactly known for their great lighting. It's crazy what a difference when you're driving out at night in like the middle of nowhere. It's crazy how big of a difference that like your high beams make. Like this is with it on and this is with it off. I mean, I feel like that should be a granted, right? But it's still kind of mind-blowing how big of a gap that is. It really helps a lot. Man, the Rx8's feeling good. I'm not gonna lie, you know. I think I'm not even going really all that fast here, but it's just, I think the car is pretty dialed in for like when you're going about 7/10, right? Maybe even like potentially 8. But for me to really get it there, like feel more comfortable at like 8s and like take it to a track and everything, I think I would want to dial it in just a smidge bit more. I've talked about it, you know, cooling issues aside, I really want to dial in the suspension a bit more. Obviously, I'm still on stock leather seats, right? These are not the best. But if I remember correctly, there's like a bunch of potholes here. Just slow it down around these corners. But yeah, I'm still on stock leather seats. I'm sliding everywhere, literally around like most of these corners. I could really use some buckets. Alright, maybe you don't want to downshift around a corner though, so don't do what I just did. Traction control is still on. It didn't kick in though. Okay, it did there. Once you like learn how to heel toe downshift, it is so satisfying. It rotates so beautifully. Alright, like all good Rx8 videos, you can't end it without being at a gas station at least once, right? So we are here pumping it up like we normally do every single day. But yeah, I know that wasn't a lot of driving, apologize for that, but I promise those videos will be back. Today we're really just trying to put some miles in the car and, you know, get it emissions ready, because currently the car is not technically like road legal because it's not passing emissions right now. So hopefully with the air pump replaced, huge shout outs to the guys at RPM again. But yeah, hopefully with that replaced, how much should I end up putting in? Just about 12 gallons here. But hopefully with that air pump replaced, I can actually pass emissions now that the car, I mean now that the parts are replaced, but I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But anyways, we have a OBD2 scanner in the car. I don't know if I put enough miles on it yet, to be honest, but we're gonna see if we could pass emissions today. Now, I say today, but it's definitely not happening today, because at the time of recording, it is already way past the time that any shop would be open for anyway. So let me get this on here and plug in the OBD2, detach my reader that's connected, plug this bad boy in, and let's see if we will pass emissions. So what we're looking for here is, let's see, right here, you see where it says monitor. I really don't know what that stands for, but let me go back and pop back over there. So this part, you see how it says 2 here? We need it to say 1. So I don't think the pump is ready to be read yet. And honestly, it kind of makes sense because it pumps hot air. It checks if it's ready by pumping hot air into your cat, right? When the car started cold. And really, the car haven't been started cold at all today. So unless I leave the car sitting somewhere for a couple of hours maybe, and then turn it back on, I don't know if the car will be ready today. But I'm pretty sure that as long as the new pump works, I'm pretty sure that's gonna solve my issue here. And then the other code that's not ready, it would probably be for the O2 sensor and stuff. But we're allowed to have one code not be ready in New York, so that is usually the code that's not ready. But yeah, I can't confirm if the car is good or not yet. Hopefully I am able to do that by the end of this video. So we're gonna go, I don't know, I guess we'll take the car somewhere, have dinner, and cold start it, I guess. Let's see if we can do that. Alright guys, sorry for the cut there, but it's actually been a couple of days since I filmed that last part. And since then, we've had like a whole nother blizzard come and go. It's kind of crazy considering like just, what, 2 videos ago, I was digging the car out from the first blizzard. And now we've had a whole nother one. But I wasn't as lazy this time and actually got the car out within like 2 days of it snowing. Which is really good because I'm going to insert a picture here for reference. The car was under like so much snow. So I think if I didn't get it out when I did, that snow would have definitely hardened, and it would have been so much harder to get out. So hopefully you guys also got your cars out, or hopefully maybe wherever you guys are it didn't snow at all, because it was kind of crazy how much snow we got this time, especially here in New York. But yeah, it went all good. I do have a little update for you guys. I know in the last part that I recorded, I left off saying that I was gonna go eat and come out and see if the Rx8 was emissions ready. Unfortunately, by the time I finished eating and came out, the car was still warm, so I wasn't actually able to co-start it to check if that code went away for good. But I can confirm as of uploading this video, after digging the car out of the snow and started it, it is officially emissions ready. That code never came back, and I checked the emission readiness, and that thing is no longer there, so we're good. So as of uploading this video, I'm just gonna say that the car is road legal again, because I haven't gotten it officially emissions tested, so I guess I can't say that, but I'm like almost 99.98% sure that is gonna pass because I checked the monitor readiness and everything lines up. So I think we're good to go there. So I guess I can't really say we're officially road legal again, but I am almost 100% sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna say that we are. So really happy we got like that whole little side quest out of the way. But now that's done, we can move on to the main things that we wanted to focus on with the car. And since you guys made it to the end of the video, which by the way, really appreciate you guys for taking the time every day to watch the content all the way through to the very end. Really means the world to me, so thank you guys so much for that. But for those of you who stayed to the very end, I have a little update for you guys. I know I've been talking about this for like the past year or something already, but with this, if you guys don't know what I'm referring to, the bumper and under tray situation, I know I've been talking about it for the past year and I haven't really done anything, right? I can confirm as of uploading this that I've pulled the trigger on the bumper and I've placed the order already, and like literally just 5 minutes prior to like recording this, I got a text saying that it is on the freight on its way to New York now. So I'm not gonna spoil what it is yet, but I'm super excited. It's on its way. It's probably still gonna take like maybe over a month before it arrives, but everything is lining up. But if you guys have been watching to the end of these videos in the past couple of videos, you guys probably already know which one I was leaning towards. I guess I'll give you guys a hint, it's not OEM, I'll tell you that. So I'm really excited to see this thing in person. Hopefully, you know, when it arrives there's no damage or anything where I need to ship it back, because that would be a pain in the ass. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. I can't wait to get it painted and put it on the car. I have like this idea of how I'm gonna reveal it as well, so I'm really excited. I'm glad that things are piecing together in the timeline that I was expecting it to. So yeah, really excited for that, and I can't wait to show you guys what it is when it comes in. Maybe I'll like drop more spoilers if you guys make it to the end of the videos in the next couple of videos. But yeah, I'm super excited and I can't wait to get it started. So yeah, I think I've rambled on enough for the end of this video. So you know, as always guys, for making it to the end of the video, I already mentioned this, but I really appreciate you guys. It really means the world to me, so thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, I think that's enough rambling from me today. So as always, remember to stay safe out there. The world's a crazy place, especially during this time of during this like political time. So yeah, just make sure you guys stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.